I am Elijah, and welcome to the very first episode of FRIGHTS. This first story is called I Need to Hide My Superpowers by Trash Tia on Reddit. Mom had always called me her little superhero, but today I had to hide it. In front of Testing Center 3, what used to be the high school, flagged by white tents and swarming with government officials, Mom crouched, gently taking the rubber band ball I'd been rolling in my hand and slipped it into her jeans. Her hands were slimy, grasping mine. "Do you remember what I told you?" "Hide my superpowers," I said. Mom squeezed me tighter. "What else?" I ducked my head. "Don't talk about grasshoppers or stick bugs." I entered through a large sliding glass door. I was told to go up some stairs and sit down inside a room full of children. The only seat was next to a boy with his knees to his chest. I sat down. "What superpowers do you have?" Before he could reply, my name was called out.
Nathaniel Carter.
I jumped up, following a guard who led me inside a small room. I was told to sit down. I had to hold my arm out while they prodded and poked me, told me to open wide, and then handed me a special tablet. They didn't ask a single question about my powers. All they wanted was for me to confirm my name, my date of birth, and my address. I didn't even get a chance to not talk about grasshoppers. Mom was waiting for me outside. She was crying again. The woman next to her stood perfectly still, eyes locked on a guard, lips curled, tears streaking down her face. Mom took me back to the car, ignoring the guard who yelled at her to stop. "What did they do?" she asked, her voice cracking. I shrugged. "They gave me a weird-tasting tablet." Mom stopped the car, and I slammed back in my seat. "Mom?" I said. Then she turned around, speeding past a light. "Mom, I didn't talk about grasshoppers." "Nathaniel!" Mom pulled me out of the car. "You need to throw up that tablet." "But why?" I asked.
Ma'am?
A man loomed over us, wearing a mask, his gun pointed at Mom's head.
That's not necessary. Please allow the child to ingest the pill.
"He's my son," Mom whispered.
He's an active threat to the American people,
the man said.
Children infected with the ASD virus must be dealt with accordingly and quietly. Your son should have remained at the testing center.
"Please," Mom cried. "Please, just let him go. He's a child. He's not sick."
Ma'am, I am detecting hostility. If you continue to defy orders, I will be forced to shoot.
Mom jumped up, raising her hands. She didn't speak. Instead, she pulled me away, tightening her grip. "Mom?" I said, my voice shaking. "What did he mean? Is it because of my powers?" Mom squeezed my hand tightly. "Yeah," she said. She turned to me with a wide smile. She was crying again. "It's because of your superpowers." This next story is called The Babysitter's Story Never Added Up by Nightmare Awaits. Now, this will be the last one I'm doing for the night because it's late, my neck hurts, and my voice hurts, so we're just going to have to deal with that. I was babysitting my neighbor's 3-year-old son. By 8 p.m., I'd already put him to bed. I told the police that part again and again. I even showed them the monitor. "See, he's asleep. Everything was fine." The problem is, the timeline didn't match. After he was, quote-unquote, asleep, I got bored. I sat in the living room, scrolling through TikTok and Facebook Reels. Nothing to watch, nothing to do. So I wandered the house. I ate their food. I even went through their bedroom drawers. That's normal, isn't it? People snoop. But when they checked my phone, the apps didn't line up. At 8:14, I stopped scrolling. The cameras caught me going upstairs at 8:17. The boy was heard crying through the baby monitor at 8:19. Then silence. I swore I never went back into his room. I swore he stayed asleep. Still, they found wet footprints in the hallway. The tub upstairs was half full. It must have been an accident, I said, voice shaking. Maybe he woke up, wandered off while I was downstairs. I thought he was asleep. But then they showed me the recording from across the street. At 8:30 p.m., you can see me on the upstairs landing, carrying something small wrapped in a blanket. My head is tilted towards it, like I'm whispering, the whole time I'm smiling. I told them I didn't remember doing that. I still don't. Here's the part no one can explain. The blanket in the footage had stripes. The family doesn't own a striped blanket. And the boy's body was never found. And that was the last story, and it was kind of freaky, and now I'm going to go to bed. Or not. But thank you for listening to this episode of Friday Frights. I might make a second one. Depends on how this one goes. Thank you for listening. Have a great night. Finally, to conclude our scary stories for the night, I would like to say, be wary of what you hear at night. It may be me. It may be your best friend. Who knows?